Hey guys, I'm Becky from Book Bite Reviews and welcome to another reading vlog. As you guys can tell from the title, this is a special reading vlog. This is my Court of Silver Flames reading vlog, and I'm so excited for it, guys. I can't believe that the day is already here, you guys. When I finished A Court of Frost and Starlight, it felt like it was eons away before I would get my hands on this book, and all of a sudden now it's release day. So very pumped about it. I will say that I am pretty jealous of all the people who have already posted on their Instagram stories that they've already started it because they got the Kindle edition, but I want a physical copy and it's fine. I wouldn't have started it anyways, so we're fine. So right now I'm just finishing up with the first half of my work day. I have one more meeting to go to and then I'm going to take a shower, get ready, and my husband and I are going to attempt to track through this giant snowstorm that just hit us last night. We got like probably 10 to 12 inches of snow. There's a lot, but with it now already being almost 1 o'clock, snow plows have come through. It still seems like a little dicey. Some people haven't been able to get out, but my husband's car has 4-wheel drive, so I'm not even concerned. He's a little concerned, but I'm like, it's fine. I need this book. I have already called the bookstore. They're open and ready, so thank God. But yeah, I'm going to go to Books A Million, get their exclusive edition, and I can't freaking wait. I will warn you guys ahead of time just in case you thought maybe this vlog wouldn't have spoilers. This vlog will have spoilers for A Court of Silver Flames. So if you haven't read the book yet, you want to be spoiler free, then don't watch this vlog yet. Watch it once you've read it, because I am going to talk about all of the things like I have in all of the other books. So right now I'm going to go ahead and get ready for my last meeting before I can get ready. I can't wait, you guys. I'm so excited. Alright guys, so I have my bag here from Books A Million. I wanted to film some footage of like walking in and looking for the book and totally spaced on it, but also I couldn't easily find it, so I'm kind of glad that I didn't. So for one, I have never been to this Books A Million. I was really excited about it, and I planned on getting a couple of things. Unfortunately, they didn't have everything that I wanted to pick up, so I picked up significantly less, but that's okay, saves my wallet. So obviously the number one thing I went in for was A Court of Silver Flames. I went straight to the young adult section. The Moss section was pretty freaking empty. I looked on the end panels, I looked on the tables, and I was like, oh my god, I think that they are out of stock. So I did a loop around the store, and right when you first walked in, there was a rack that had, I think there was 6 copies left. At least that's what it appeared to be. They unfortunately have been sold out of the Books A Million exclusive edition since last week, the guy told me, and he said they do not have any plans on getting any more of them, so I don't think I will ever get my hands on that copy. So I did just get the regular edition, which kind of stinks because I could have just went to Barnes & Noble then, because they're only like 15 minutes away from me, whereas Books A Million is 30 to 35. But I really liked my experience there. I really liked the store, and I think I may start buying my books from them instead, possibly. I hardly ever go to the bookstore. As you guys know, I get all of my books from the library, and I only buy books like maybe twice a year. It's either books that I'm 100% sure I'm going to love, so continuations of series, or books that I've already read and want copies of. We might as well make this farther away place my bookstore. But they were supposed to have an exclusive edition that has a bonus chapter that is from Azrael's point of view. It was only going to be in the Books A Million edition, however it's sold out, so it's not the end of the world, but it stinks. So let's talk about what I did buy. I will show you what we're not really here for, which is the bookmarks. So I knew I couldn't leave without getting some kind of bookmark, because I went there with the intention of buying Bookmarks. So this is the only one that I saw that I really, really wanted. And it is these magnetic dinosaur ones. Like, look at how cute these freaking dinosaurs are. Oh my god. I absolutely love these. I'm so happy that I got them. And now, what we're all here for, A Court of Silver Flames. Oh, look at how pretty. I have to say that I didn't love the cover when it was like released, but in person it is a lot prettier. I kind of want to own all of the paperbacks that are in this edition, and I might start doing that once this comes out in paperback, because I have pre-ordered today. The Bookish Shop put on their website a pre-order to get the matching hardcover for their other ones. I don't know if you can see them. You can see one standing up right here. They're by Diana Dworak, and they put up a pre-order to get a matching cover for this one. This one will be going away, but I have to say it is very pretty in person. Something else I wanted to mention, which was kind of like solidified, like, yeah, I think I want to start coming here to get books instead of Barnes. Every time I go to Barnes & Noble, it could be a new release, it could be an older book, but I have such a hard time finding a copy that isn't messed up. Like, I want a perfect copy, and every time I go to Barnes & Noble, I have to like sort through, it's usually like 4+ books until I find a perfect edition. And what I mean by it is, like, normally the cover is fine, but a lot of times the bottom or the corners, they will be like smashed in or like slightly cut. All 6 copies that they had were in excellent condition. So to me, I feel like with Barnes & Noble, number one, a lot of people go there, so a lot of people are touching them. Number two, I think that the company's more about making money than necessarily the condition of their books. So if they are in poor condition, they're going to still put them out instead of like sending them back. And I also think that they're just not super careful with their deliveries because they're just trying to pump in books to get them sold. So I feel like with Books A Million that they care a little bit more about the quality of the product and the customer. That was really cool that even though I did look at all 6 editions, they were all immaculate. And I was like, this is really cool. Like, in the future, I just have to grab one, look fantastic, you know? Let's open this baby up because I haven't opened it. I also, this baby is big. I heard a rumor that it was going to be like 800 pages, but I was like, no, that sounds crazy. Oh no, it is. It has 751 pages. The pages are on the thinner side, but not as thin as my hardcover of A Court of Wings and Ruin. This is definitely thicker paper, and it definitely looks like it's a 750 page book, whereas that one is smaller than Mist and Fury, and that one had 500 pages, 500 or 600 pages, and the other one has like 6 or 7. So it looks smaller than that one and has like 200 more pages than it. So first we have some really cool end papers that have like little sun kind of design, very similar to what is on the mask underneath the dust jacket. Oh, kind of disappointed, honestly. I thought there was going to be something. It's just orange. Nice, very bright orange. We do have a map. Yeah, so nothing else is in here, but I'm very excited to start this, you guys. I really like the acknowledgement page. Is that what it's called at the beginning? Where it's like 2, whatever. It says, for every Nesta out there, climb the mountain. And for Josh, Taryn, and Annie, who are the reason I keep climbing my own. So I really like that. I like that it's for all the Nestas out there. I'm excited. Tonight is the night where we start this baby. I'm going to put the cover back on it for now. I don't think I'm going to get rid of this cover. Like, it's not as hideous as it looked online. In person, it's a lot prettier. But alright, that is my haul. I am now going to go get cozy and start reading this book. I cannot wait. Again, there are going to be spoilers in this vlog. Stop watching. It's your last warning. But alright, I'm gonna go get started on this book. I will let you guys know my thoughts as I read. I can't wait to dive into this. This is gonna be so good. Or at least I hope. What if it's bad? Hey guys, it is the next day. I have just started the book today. I meant to start it last night before bed, but I got so tired. So I have started it today. I'm already on page 106, so not a whole lot of progress, but still enough. It's now midnight. I'm still gonna keep reading, but I wanted to update you guys really quickly because I've definitely read enough pages to have some opinions so far. So I will say that the first 1 to 2 chapters, because I can't remember exactly all that I had read, but at least for sure the first chapter was in my copy that I got from the library of A Court of Frost and Starlight. So I had read those chapters, but I did go ahead and just reread them fully. And from that one, I was definitely sad for Nesta because I knew I had already read them and already felt bad for her. But once everything is like laid out with Vera and we get more of Nesta's internal thoughts of all the things that she deals with, like not being able to take a bath, not being able to hear a crackling fire, not being able to be in darkness and closed spaces, not having freedom, not having anybody around. Like, I honestly started crying because I just felt so bad for Nesta, because I know that Feyre is trying to help her by pushing her, and I'm sure that it will help her. The only thing though is like it's very close to being how Tamlin treated Feyre when she got back, and he just wanted to protect her by like enclosing her in a space and keeping her there even though it messed with her PTSD. And I don't think that Feyre has really thought it through of like locking her in this palace that she really can't leave without someone's permission. She can't go anywhere. She doesn't have any privacy. She can't do what she wants. Like, it's very similar, and I'm hoping that it doesn't backfire on Feyre, because I really want them to have a better relationship. But I just feel like I know that Nesta is not voicing what's going on with her, so how are they supposed to know? But at the same time, like, no one is continuing to reach out a hand like Amren told Cassian to do. No one is doing that in order to find out what is going on with her or to read the signs. Like, the only one that is slightly understanding things about her is Cassian, which I absolutely love, but I just feel so freaking bad for Nesta because she's going through so much and nobody knows. Nobody knows. Like, they all just think that she's just being hateful and troublesome just to be a bother. Like, they just think she's being a jerk just to be a jerk. And while she has always been a prickly person, to think about everything that she's gone through, I think too, like, the big problem is like all of them have gone through something and they've all gotten on the other side. And they've all had somebody there to help them on the other side. So the fact that they can't see how much trouble she's in because they're just like, we all have problems, get over it. Like, she doesn't have anyone who's helping her. It sounds like she's been dealing with stuff ever since their mom passed away. So it's just... But on the bright side, there's also a whole freaking lot of sexual tension with her and Cassian, and I'm seriously just dying. Like, the scene where he starts talking about him masturbating and how good she looks, and then him telling her that she's gonna end up in his bedroom, and him fantasizing about her giving him a hand job. Like, like if Cassian says cock one more time, I'm gonna just like self-combust. Like, oh my god. Like, how is this a YA? How is this in the YA section? Please tell me. But anyways, it's so freaking good so far. I mean, I'm not surprised at all. I knew it was gonna be amazing. I just want her and Cassian to just bang already. I hope it happens soon. I'm just so happy that we're finally getting her point of view, because a lot of the stuff that's happening, like when she embarrasses Cassian on the mountain in front of all of the other Illyrian warriors, like, she knows what she's doing, but she is trying to shove him away. So she's doing it so that he will just leave her alone like everybody else. But like the fact... Like, if we didn't have her side of it, we'd be like, wow, she is such a bitch. But we have her side, and she's like, I know that this is the wrong thing to do. I don't want to do it. I really care about him. However, I need him to go just like everybody else, because he'll go eventually. And I'm just like, no, he won't. He loves you. But alright, I'm gonna go back to reading. Really excited. I'm so happy to be finally reading this book. I wish I would have started it yesterday like everybody else, but it's fine. Now's my time. They were masturbating at the same time? Thinking about each other? So needless to say, I made it to the masturbation scene. I have then since also read the scene where she makes him orgasm through his pants and then he returns the favor between her legs. Holy crap, you guys. Oh my god. We thought that A Court of Mist and Fury was intense. Like, what even is this book? Like, what? So I'm on page 270. Made a good chunk. Not as much as I wanted to read. I definitely wanted to read a lot more last night, but it was like, I looked at the clock to be like, what time is it? How much more can I read? And it was 3 a.m. and I needed to be up for work. So, yeah. Oh my god. Like, I don't even know what else to say about it, but like, holy Christ. Also, I'm really loving that, like I predicted, this is like the perfect enemies to lovers, but they're not like really enemies at the same time. Like, they are both in love with each other, and they know that. They haven't told each other that, but they know that. And they're not nice to each other because of Nesta. Like, Nesta's so mean to him, but she's so scared of somebody pushing her away, so she wants to push them away first. I can't wait for their heart-to-heart. Oh my god. And if we don't find out what the hell was in that box that he threw, like, they've brought it up like twice already, and I'm like, tell me what it is! I have also learned that the relationship that I described between Nesta and her mom, like, yeah, they were really close, but not in like a good, healthy way. Her mom treated her like a prized possession, and treated Elaine kind of like a dress-up doll, and then gave 0 Fs about Feyre. So for a long time, the only person Nesta had who cared about her was her mom, because the attention that she gave to Nesta made her fight with her sisters. Because her mom gave her attention, her father gave Feyre and then Elaine attention, because Elaine is just like, you know, the super nice person that loved both of her parents. I can't wait to find out more about Elaine. I feel like she's not this like innocent cookie cutter person that we've been led to believe. So I really hope she gets a book at some point. But the only form of love that Nessa's ever really seen has been like the unhealthy kind. So it was like this weird obsession with her mom, who was like grooming her to be this perfect daughter and possession. Like, she even talked about how, like, because of how pretty and smart her and Elaine were, that they were going to get them a lot of money when it's time to wed them off. Then her mom passes away, and since her and her father were never close, it just got worse. And then, you know, things with her sisters have always been tense, and now it's even more tense, and then the dad stops taking care of them, and she kind of shut down instead of helping, and she has all this guilt, but she also has all this pride, so she can't really express these things. And I just feel so much for Nesta. Like, she really needs her happy ending, and I completely 100% understand her, and I'm on her side. Like, I'm even like, I used to be like totally on Feyre's side, and now I'm like, no, you guys are so wrong in this. I mean, I feel like it's going to work, but I feel like they're just so wrong about it. But I also don't know how long or if Nesta would get better by doing what she was doing. So, I don't know. I will say that I'm really liking where her and Cassian are progressing. They're definitely making very small progress, but it's still progress, and I'm really loving it. Like, Cassian getting his point of view is so freaking adorable when he gets like these small wins, and I'm just like, I just love it. Also, this guy is like 100% of the time horny for Nesta, and I'm just like blushing this entire book. I also really, really love that Nesta is starting to make friends and understand people on a level that she hasn't ever really. So I really like her growth so far, and I can't wait. I just kind of wished that we could focus more on her and Cassian instead of like the other, because of Highburn and the war plot. I was hoping that that would be like way later or we'd touch on it at the end, but it sounds like we're going to be touching on it like throughout the entire book, because so far we have slightly touched on it. But I hope that we can get some more traction with Nesta and Cassian before that kind of like takes over the plot, because that's what I'm here for. I'm here for them. I also don't know what's going to happen with Elaine and Lucian. Like, now he doesn't even live there. He lives with Jurian and, is her name Vasa, I think? So, like, he's not even trying with her. And then we've got Azriel, who's, like, basically a perfect match, just not her mate. But then, like, what if they're together, but then Azriel does find his mate? Anyways, I'm loving this. I'm loving this times 1,000. This is such a freaking dirty book. Like, I wasn't expecting it, just because the scenes that were in A Court of Mist and Fury and then A Court of Wings and Ruin, while they were dirty, like, they were kind of like spaced out. And this one is just like, it's happening a lot, and I'm just like really here for it. They're talking about like masturbation, and I'm yes, thank you, please, more. Also, speaking of, how did I totally forget on this? Vera is pregnant! Oh my god! I couldn't be more happy for them. I just love it. I'm so freaking happy for them. Like, beyond. And I don't even have words. I'm just so happy about it. But alright, I am going to start doing some more reading. Really excited about it. I'm on my lunch break from work, so that's not true. I'm gonna edit a video and then I'm going to read, because how could I not? Alright, I'll update you. I just got to the dining room scene. Oh my god. This book is going to kill me. Like, seriously, I'm going to die before they ever finally have sex. Like, oh my god. The other thing is, I could be making this up. This could be from a totally different series, but I'm pretty sure that having sex solidifies the mating bond, if I'm not mistaken. Right? I think. I'm pretty sure that's what we were told in Wings of Ruin or Frost and Starlight, in one of them. I could have sworn. I'm gonna have to look it up now, but I just can't with this book. Like, it's so good though. The words that are being used in this book. Okay. So, I'm finishing up with work, about to be done and shut down my computer. Very exciting. I haven't finished editing the video that I was editing during my lunch break, because I realized that I didn't upload all the footage. So I'm waiting on that to upload to finish it, but while I was waiting, I did some reading, which I updated you on already, and then right now I'm about to be done with work and go back to reading. But I just saw on Instagram, the Bookish Box shared a post from someone who, I think she's already finished the book, but she put up a poll that said, is chapter 37 the new chapter 55? Which chapter 55 is the paint sex scene from A Court of Mist and Fury. I'm on chapter 27 right now. I need to get to 37 so bad. Hello, it is Friday. I've just gotten home from work. I am now on page 454. So I just have this chunk left. I think I have like 300 and some pages left. Making good progress on this book. I'm definitely going to be finishing it this weekend, if not like today. So I am on chapter 43. So chapter 37. Wow. Wow. Also, the sex scene after that. Wow. Wow. I think it's safe to say that this one is my favorite book so far. Like, I really liked Mist and Fury, but I like this one, I think, maybe more. I definitely like the sex scenes more in this. I can't get over how dirty and descriptive this book is being. I mean, I love it, but I just wasn't expecting it. But I'm totally here for it, absolutely big fan of it. I definitely like the sex scenes in this more. I think I might like this more than Mist and Fury. I really love Vera and Rhysand, but I feel like they told each other about their feelings a lot quicker. So the fact that this one is much more of a slow burn, but still has sex scenes without them explaining how much each other means to them, I think I like this one better. I think so. I'm very, very curious to see how this book is going to end and see if we're gonna get another book from Nesta and Cassian, or is it like from now on it's going, like each book's gonna follow one of the other characters now that Vera and Rhysand's chapter is kind of like done. I'm also very, very nervous about what's going to happen with Vera and Rhysand because they found out that the baby has wings, which means Vera in her current form, it's very unlikely of her to survive giving birth, or even the baby to survive either, because it has wings. So I'm really hoping that they can figure out a way. I'm sure they will. There's no way that Sarah J. Maas is going to kill off Vera, right? Right? I feel like he is going to survive, though, because when what's his name? Bone Keeper? Bone Scryer? The bone guy who's in the prison. Was in the prison. Did he get escape or did he get killed in book 3? I don't remember. But when he showed Vera her future son by being in his form, he was not a baby, but he also didn't have wings. So I feel like because he was an older version of that child, that the child will live through it. Does that mean Vera will survive? Not necessarily, because what if he was showing her him because she won't be around to see him at that age? But also, where was his wings? I don't know. I have a lot of questions, but I'm very excited. And I love Nesta. I think I like her more than Vera at this point. I've always enjoyed Nesta's character, but now reading from her perspective, I think I like her story a lot more, because I just feel like Vera has been able to overcome a lot. She's been able to rely on herself a lot, and I don't want to say has had things handed to her because she's had to fight the entire way, but she's been able to accomplish all these things, whereas Nesta has never been confident in herself, has never succeeded at anything in her eyes, and just feels like a constant disappointment. So I feel like Nesta's story is going to be a bigger triumph and just means a lot more to me than Vera's. Does that make sense? I am now going to go read because I love this book so much. I'm very excited because I was talking about this book today at work to my best friend Sarah, and she's never read the series, and I convinced her to pick up the first book from the library. She was going to take book 1 and 2, but book 2 somebody has, so she's going to order a copy, but she has book 1 and she's going to start it. I don't know when. I doubt anytime soon. I hope so, but knowing her, it's probably going to be a while before she starts it, but I'm so happy to have somebody in my immediate life that I can talk about this book with. But alright, I'm going to go back to reading because this is so freaking good. So good. Okay. I'm gonna go read. Hey guys, it is Saturday night, and I have finished A Court of Silver Flames. So, we have a lot to talk about. Okay, number 1, this is something that I brought up when I read A Court of Frost and Starlight, and I have now realized, oh, that's why. So when I read that one, what I was talking about, and I think even in Wings and Ruin, I might have also brought it up then, but I was talking about how I thought that the mating bond gave you the ability to be able to talk to each other in your minds, and how I didn't understand why Elaine and Nesta didn't have that connection with their mate because it would break up a lot of like the confusion and awkwardness and stuff like that. What I totally forgot is that the reason that Vera and Rhysand do have that connection is because they both have the same ability to be able to communicate and read minds, which is called a Damati, if I'm not mistaken, something like that. So that is why they're able to read each other's minds, and because she has some of Rhysand's powers when she was made. So it makes sense, duh, when it was like brought up about, I think Cassian said like he wishes that he had it, or he forgot that Feyre had it. So that's why they're able to communicate with one another, is because they both have that power. It's not something that the mating bond gives you, it's a Fey power that you can have. Number 2, I also remembered, well, at least I think I did because it didn't really happen in this book, that when Feyre and Rhysand did consummate their mating bond, it wasn't sex that did it, it was he had to bite her, I think, and leave his scent on her so that other people would know that she's been claimed. So that's what it was. Not necessarily sex, but the whole like leaving your scent on people, which that wasn't brought up in this book, but I think the fact that like pretty much everyone has heard the story about how they are mated and knows they're mated and also can like smell him on her anyways because they are around each other and also now having sex. Now let's get into the stuff with this book. We did finally find out what the heck that present was that Cassian threw into the water. It was, I think, wasn't it the first book that was written? And it was written by a lesser fae. It's very, very small. It's not meant to read, but it's a collectible, and he knew that Nesta would appreciate it. That's really cute, and I wish, like, he was able to find it. But that was really cute. I also really, really loved everything that happened in this book. I think it was really, really well done, and I really enjoyed that. Something I brought up in the beginning was that I was worried that this book would get consumed by the plot of the evil queen and stuff like that and not focus more on Nesta and Cassian, but it actually did focus more on their relationship than the other stuff. I felt like the progression of the plot was secondary to their character development and relationship development, so I really loved that aspect. I think that this is, well, I don't think. This is my favorite book in the series. I don't know if I can for sure say like Nesta is my favorite person, but I love this book. I really love the growth of our characters. I loved all of the sex scenes in this book. They were ridiculous. Like, I know that book 2 was like very shocking and kind of out of nowhere because book 1 didn't have that kind of stuff, so I feel like that's more where it's at, and we're not used to that level of sex scenes in YA because we all know this series is not YA, but okay. But this one had way more of it, and it was a lot rougher and dirtier and said a lot of words and described a lot of things that we haven't seen in the series so far. Like, there was a lot of talk of semen. A lot. But I loved it. I thought this was absolutely excellent. I just love Nesta and Cassian together. I'm so happy that they have admitted their feelings for each other and really gotten it all out. I also loved that Nesta now has her own claimed family, her own found family and friends, and it was just really, really cool. I am also happy to see that Rhysand gifted the House of Wind to Nesta because she has this attachment with the house's essence and spirit, I guess. I was really sad that eventually she was going to move out and then that the house would also be sad and maybe like retaliate. So I'm happy that it is her home now. The only thing is like it does still stink that she would have to ask somebody to like take her somewhere unless she wants to go ahead and trek down the 10,000 steps, which she can now do, but still like they'll have to like maybe talk to somebody about putting in an elevator or something. I don't know. I think it also was very interesting the way that they handled Feyre and Rhysand's child and childbirth. So, you know, today we have all of these different ways to have children and to make sure that both the mother and child survive, but in this world they do not. Like, no one has ever had a C-section and lived, and that was really interesting. I feel like it was a little bit of a cop-out. Like, I feel like Sarah was kind of going somewhere with that and then it just got like magically fixed because Nesta starts to use the powers that she has in order to fix it, but then we're never told like how exactly she fixed it. Like it's just like end fade to the next, you know, the next scene, and everyone's healed and fine. And also Nesta asked for herself to also have like the same Illyrian womb, so that if her and Cassian ever have children and they end up having wings, that she can also give birth to them and survive. So I liked what happened before and I liked what happened after, but the whole action of it, the fact that like it led up to this and then didn't explain how exactly it happened, was pretty weird, because I feel like we don't always have stuff like that happening in this book. It's usually very explained. The only other time it was kind of like this was with the cauldron. Like we never really knew like what Amryn did or anything like that. That was also very strange and like too quickly wrapped up. But overall, I absolutely love this. I'm giving it 5 out of 5 stars. I can't think if there's anything else to talk about that I read after checking in with you guys last. But if there's anything that you guys want to talk about or discuss, definitely leave it below in the comments, because I would love to talk about this book with you. This was just really, really good. Like, this is definitely my favorite book in the series. I do have to say that I have like come to terms with the cover of this. I love the orange and black on the like physical book itself. I might keep it, but it's going to be under the bookish box edition that I have bought. So when that one gets here, it will be proudly put on display on my Sarah J. Maas shelf instead of A Court of Mist and, A Court of Mist and Fury. So this is definitely my new favorite. I'm very interested to see what you guys have to say about it, what you thought about it. Are you a Nesta fan? I've always been a Nesta fan, but now I'm like a huge Nesta fan. So what did you guys think about that? Yeah, let me know. If you have made it to the end of this vlog, go ahead and also comment a black heart. Don't forget, if you enjoyed it, to give it a thumbs up. Keep reading, stay safe, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye, guys!